escuchan
Yo
ustedes
creo
bien?
que ya.
¿Listo?
Claro que sí.
¿Listo?
Bueno, listo. Vamos allá. Ya.
Saludos estoy a todos.
Sanremo Music Awards.
The Remo Music Award is an inspiration from Nicola Martino, inspired from the Italian Sun Festival. The event will take place for the first time in Latin America with a premiere edition in Cuba from April 5th to April 10th.
Concursos de
Singing contests,
grandes
big
conciertos
concerts, culinary art, and fashion sections, together with an international business fair, are the main attractions of the celebration.
de la tierra antillana.
In the Caribbean island, you will enjoy its music, color, flavor, and charisma, all in one big party. San Remo Music Award from the 5th to the 10th of April in Havana, Cuba.
¡Qué emoción, señoras y
What a
señores!
great emotion, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the capital of all Cubans. City, wonder city, creative city of Cuban music, like always warms every person who decides to visit. Well, you are always beautiful, like always. Thank you very much. You always like kind, so such a gentleman. I'm so happy that we're enjoying after three very emotive galas and nights, and what attention we lived yesterday night.
Un momento
Yes.
mágico, diría yo.
Yesterday night was a magic moment because we saw the contestants working
Artistas que ya
with duets with
programa musical, lo hemos dicho en otras
some of the famous artists, Cuban artists, and I really loved
ocasiones de
the
voz.
fusion of voices and that harmony we could feel in the National Theater.
Percibieron,
Yes. It actually called my attention that some were even
de la misma manera.
more loose and felt more comfortable in the first gala. In the second gala, they were not as comfortable.
Directo
Well, I know earlier this morning because I was able to see you,
España. Y ella te dio algunos criterios.
and one of the jury from Spain explained to you, yes, that's right. In the transmission we made in the National Theater, National Hotel of Cuba, I talked with Pilar Boyeros. She's such a beautiful woman, and
Y ella nos comenta
she commented to us that
cada uno del jurado, de las personas que integran,
each member of the jury
tiene un reglamento muy específico
has a very specific criteria for assessing the performance of the contestants. She was explaining that she cares a lot and she evaluates a lot the interpretation of the singer.
El criterio del jurado, incluso de las
Yes, I think depending on the criteria of the jury, there's a very heterogeneous jury. We have Joaquin Betancourt, President, National Prize of Music, Jaila with the exponent of popular Cuban music and with her sensuality, David Torrens with he's a great composer in his professional repertoire, and of course the international jury from Italy, Spain, and Mexico. They will always add some international input into the assessment of the performance, like you said, theatrical performance, the musicality. But there is something I like to not to look to disregard. We think that we have to look for authenticity and in the Cuban identity, and it's great that so many consultants actually were able to defend some of the topics that were not them originally from them, except for 80s, duo 80s. They actually defended a song that is not theirs, and of course that makes it a little bit more complicated. Yes, the first night gala of our gala, when I interviewed Aniva after he sang, he explained to me that at the very beginning when he wanted to make the song his own, to feel this trying to find inspiration to be able to project the message of the song, and I think that's very important because they defend the song because they have identified with the lyrics of the song in some area of their life. But we see Niurka with this talented young man with this Spanish accent and Spanish feeling that he has. I think it's one of the most beautiful duos we actually saw on the second night. Well, 6 of them are going to be
Siempre digo, porque incluso hablaba con Duani de este tema,
eliminated from the contest.
pero es un camino que comienza.
But it's the beginning of a new period. The ones who live today, the road towards success just started, and what a festival like San Remo Music Award Festival generates is to make them visible, to put them on the radar for the music world in Havana and internationally. I think all of them are already winners in San Remo Music Award, like you said. They get to be seen by the bigger audience, and they have been working very hard to get here. And even when it's very hard for the jury to let them go, let some of them go, I'm sure it will be the beginning of many open doors for them. Well, I'll have to ask some of the followers. These are some of the images of the yesterday night's gala. We'll have to ask our followers. We're talking about 140 pages. Tune in with us apart from Picta and YouTube channels. What do you think are going to be the ones who are going to be eliminated tonight? We can identify, actually taking into account the charisma, the interpretation level, and we can actually say that who among them create this biggest bond with the audience. Yes, precisely. This popularity vote will make the contestant just give their best of personality, who they are really. They will show what moves them really. And today we're going to continue doing it. Sorry to interrupt, but I know you've enjoyed all you've seen. There's a lot more to show, especially the connection with the family, and when they talk with them, the strength that they and support they give their family just on stage. For them is a pillar, the family and their support, because that's what gives them the strength to move on and all the courage to get on the stage. And that's what characterizes the contest all around the world, is to defend a dream. Yes, the family support is very important for all of us, and even for us, our family is important. So imagine for them, this is very special, magic moment that takes a lot of responsibility, sacrifice, and tension. So it's very important to have someone very close to you to give you all the support, the blessings, and the confidence that you're going to do your best there.
Ahora terminamos de hacer este resumen de la gala de ayer para poner al tanto a quien se conecta con
After this resume of
conversando con uno.
the gala of yesterday, I know you were talking with some of the
Quiero que me comentes un poco de qué pasó ahí en esa dinámica.
with Samuel Castelli. And tell us a little bit about your interview. Well, he's a very special guest. I think someone who cannot miss out on this event, because he has a very interesting story that connects not only Cuba but also Italy in his professional career. He demonstrated it when he got on stage. It has to do a lot with his life story as a composer that allowed him to get to Cuba, but also all of the things that move him to get to this profession, and specifically to Cuba. Yes.
Los habaneros tienen la posibilidad de trasnochar. Tú, por ejemplo, has estado en el Hotel Nacional.
You've been in National Hotel, but there are so many Cubans actually spend the whole night at Club 500. Yes, because that's the venue where all of the orchestras and the dances. And they stay all night long just to enjoy what San Remo Music Award concerts have to offer. So I will show you a presentation, wonderful presentation, one of the members of the jury from Mexico, to just share his story, its reality, and especially his love for Cuba.
No sabemos, sin embargo, Hoy estamos, que es ganancia y alegría. Del futuro no sabemos qué vendrá. Y el pasado ya ha pasado, yo por eso quiero estar gozando el presente, viviendo. No sabemos si mañana nos podamos abrazar, pero
Bienvenido Samuel Castelli, excelente presentación la que tuvo en la noche de ayer. Qué gusto tenerlo con nosotros.
It's a great pleasure to have you here with us. Thank you very much. Yes, yesterday we were having the premiere song that I composed before I arrived in Cuba, and today I'm going to launch another song in Cuba because we have a very good audience, and I'm very happy to be able to be here to show my song and music to the Cubans. Why did you choose this context?
Y ahora salen en los escenarios cubanos.
My master of singing. I'm from a little town, a very humble family, and it's been a very
que también era un migrante cubano. Él me enseñó gran parte de la base de la música y del canto. Entonces,
and then
él falleció desafortunadamente.
she died unfortunately, and I composed a song that sometime later I dedicated to my father who passed away, and my manager as well. I had very strong 3 losses, and
Raíces italianas.
it all conjugated with my Italian roots in Mexico.
Y ahí veíamos algunos fragmentos de la
And we just saw some fragments. A bridge to Havana from Club 500 with some.
Qué maravilla tener a Los Ángeles.
What a great pleasure to have the angels in Havana. I was actually remembering, and I'm sure you're doing it right now through our Facebook page. Thank you very much for this, Mike. I'm sure you can remember the songs of the 80s and the 60s. We're talking about 52 years ago, the Ángeles de España. I'm not going to mutter the song because I'm not good singer, but when I do remember that I was listening to the radio and I was able to hear the Los Ángeles de España. Yes, actually, Los Ángeles de España, the new generation is presenting at the Club 500 at 10 in this evening and the beginning, and the audience actually can go at 8 p.m. We're going to miss out on that, but we can enjoy some part of it. It's going to be, the Club 500 is going to be opening its doors till Sunday when the Sunday is over. Right? Some of our followers have been talking to us about whether we are going to go backstage tonight to share with some of the consultants. Yes, I'm very thrilled, and I'm sure you all are in suspense. I'm sure Jasbel and the young actor that we're right now enjoying it in the Cuban telenovela, the members of the jury actually told the jury just stood up and just went to deliberate, and what was going to happen tonight behind stage. There will be a lot of emotions, a lot of tension on the road that many have just started. It's a long road ahead. Many of them have. Many have come from eastern part of Cuba, from center part of Cuba, from Pinal del Rio, Matanzas, and many of them have left their homes. Some are professors of a cappella choir singing, singing programs, and that makes it a little bit more complicated. So we have to know what do they think a few minutes before the gala starts. And in this case, from the harmonic point of view, it will be more complex because it will be an acoustic version of their songs. Yes, I think it's part of an event of this size, of this importance. Well, the young talent presented this time, it's a big challenge for all of the jury. I will just put in tension not only the participants, the audience, the family. We're going to be suffering the loss of 6 young talent men. So tell us a little bit how you feel yourself from home through our web pages streaming Cuba. I will be answering some of the questions. Remember that will be transmitting at 9:10 in the evening. Everything that happens today's elimination day in the Remo Music Award. Well, Dairon, I'm going to backstage to find out what our participants say. I'll keep in touch. I'll keep in touch with you. I would like to feel close to you. I just blush when you give me all of that confidence. I give you here. There's a lot to talk about this night.
Bueno, yo continúo con ustedes que nos
Well, I continue with you.
el primer día de gala que
All of our followers have been with us from the very first day, transmitting live from National Theater of Cuba, and while Dairon arrived
antes los 16
to post to the
hoy recordamos
stage,
atención de
backstage, let's remember we have a lot of tension. Remember that tonight we have 6 contestants who are going to be eliminated in the middle.
Abel Gerones llega con el trópico arriba, el Caribe, ¿qué es lo que representa, verdad? ¿Cómo se ha sentido en esta edición de...
How have you felt in this edition of the festival? First of its time in America. Yes, it's spectacular. I was actually very surprised that I was invited to this festival because we're talking about a very high level of artists are arriving here.
En medio de toda esa felicidad.
You have a previous experience. We all followed you through national television and social network in Guzman Festival, and of course that gives you a lot of experience to share with these young people. Yes, it actually helped me a lot to give some of my experience to these young contestants, and actually they're like me, and it helped me actually give them some useful tips. What to use for the competition. Sometimes when you are actually nervous and part of a competition, as an outsider, I was able to give him my own perspective and tips and be with them in every step of the way. I think it's a very difficult moment. It's a very important moment in the history of Cuban music. I have to say that you are very privileged to have a Santiaguera, like you said. Well, Destiny has its own ways to move things. Giselle was a spectacular, and I am a fan of Santiago Hotland, and she's a good representative of her city, and I think everything will be the best performance in the future. Do you think that there could be a collaboration of projects together? Yes, she's a good friend of mine already. She's open and sincere, and she is like that, and I think we are going to make things together. And that's what this contest is all about, to make friends as well. Thank you very much. You have to follow us through Streaming Cuba and the platform of San Remo. That is the favorite. She has my vote. I don't know. Camila is my cousin. But you gave your vote to Giselle. It doesn't have to do with the family, right? Yes, all of them are good. Very talented. I've discovered a lot of very, very talented young men, so young singers, and they are actually at the level of San Remo. Thank you very much for being here with us. I hope at some point you can just give us a fragment of her son to cheer her up a little bit.
Y mi amor será la cura de tus miedos, mi voz será tu luz y quizás tu luna cambie más, prometo que mañana será mejor. Ojalá y mañana siempre sea mejor.
Así debe ser.
Tomorrow is always better. I think the most beautiful thing is that we're all smiling. I'm so happy to see you smile. He always makes me laugh. Thank you very much. Smile. Doesn't matter where you are, because Cuba is giving you the best of her essence, music and love. Continue with us.
Y continúe con nosotros en la señal de Living Cuba.
Stay tuned in here with us, and you can actually.
Que siempre está logrando sacarme una sonrisa y lo consigue.
He always gets a smile on me, and he always gets it.
Estuvimos haciendo otras entrevistas en el Salón Azul.
We were also making some interviews in the Salón Azul, and one of them was Dago, who commented to us about the presentations he will have in the orchestra, the upcoming presentations of the Club 500.
Yo como buena bailadora que soy,
Like a good dancer, as Danson said earlier, I love Elito Rebeisa Charangon. I have Dago next to me. What a great pleasure to have you here. Well,
espectacularmente. No es porque
I dance really good. It's not that I'm saying it live, but what are you going to be doing here in San Remo Festival? And if it has to do with your typical genre. Right now, I'm thrilled because
Yo hace muchos años
it's
que
been a long time since I don't sing pop, bolero.
sí, que estuve trabajando 3
I worked 3 years in a Parisian cabaret.
changüí para abajo.
But I always do salsa changui, and then I was called on to share stage with Daili, and I had to study. I had to sit down and study. Are you confessing it in streaming?
siempre se preparan. Claro que sí.
Lo aprendí.
You had to study. Yes, I learned it from Pedrito Calvo, great maestro, and I followed his footsteps. And it's very he studies all the time. So how has been the duet with Daili? Just to sing with her,
No, nosotros
get your voices together. Yes, we had a previous meeting earlier to rehearse.
raya la perfección.
I have to say she's a perfectionist. I had actually to call her attention because she always wanted to get it perfect.
Yo a veces que le llamaba la atención, pero yo decía por dentro de mí,
And I was,
las cosas. Un profesional lo que hace es eso.
and
Logramos
she's a great professional. I was able to match our voices together from the very first moment.
quedó plasmado, bueno, no sé, ahí lo van a ver el jurado, pero vi el jurado, mucha gente en el jurado sentada con los ojos abiertos así, porque nunca me habían visto cantando así. Ella sí, un vozarrón además.
She has big voice. I was impressed because when I saw her so slim, and when I was able to hear her voice, I said, "Oh my goodness, it has nothing to do."
Nunca define su esencia y ahí viene la muestra con ese derroche de talento que tiene Dairis.
Sí, pero una tremenda cantante, con un futuro.
Great singer.
Y que el San Remo la va a impulsar
And
mucho.
San Remo is going to push her to the sky because that's the objective of this contest.
Yo no me voy todavía, yo mañana tengo que estar aquí porque mañana tengo que...
Tomorrow I have to be here as well. I will be making homage to Alberto Álvarez, Washi Fortuna, Pedrito Calvo, Mayito Rivera, and me. Well, El Dago, it's already given us the news. And on Saturday we're going to be in Club Siguiente, all Santiago people with Rum Santiago and Havana Club. So both Havana Club Santiago and let's cheer with me and Club Siguiente. Thank you very much. So we have this news. We have some of the program of Club 500 as another venue of this festival.
Comunicándole a través de nuestras plataformas digitales. Y tenemos sorpresas también.
We have some good surprises. The lobby of the National Theater of Cuba.
La tercera gala del Festival San Remo Music Awards Cuba 2022. Y es que conversamos con David Torrens.
We're talking with David Torrens. Welcome to have you here in. I admire you very much. It's a great privilege to have you here.
A entrar entonces en contexto.
Let's talk about San Remo, the jury. You're part of the jury, which is very complicated. Oli was telling us how complicated it is to get decision among so much talent.
Claro.
So,
Discúlpame. Robert, me confunde mucho el delay que tengo ahí, la voz mía ahí, que lo oigo tan fuerte que me confunde. No sé si se puede bajar un poquito el delay ese. Te lo agradecería.
El maestro no
Gracias.
está,
No, que me volví loco, no sabía si te que.
No,
Gracias.
tranquilo,
Okay.
tranquilo.
Perdón.
Vamos
para allá.
a complacer entonces y retomamos. A ver, le preguntaba sobre la manera en que está deliberando el jurado sin llegar a comprometer los resultados que se darán esta noche.
Bueno, realmente es, como tú decías, es difícil porque ser jurado de un concurso de este tipo, porque se ha presentado mucha gente, estamos hablando de cerca de 900 personas.
Around 9,000 people.
Y por supuesto, de esos 200 y pico quedaron 16 y a uno tiene que tener una idea de que esos 16, por supuesto, son buenos. Y es complicado también partiendo de que un artista que va a criticar o a hacer una crítica de otro artista es difícil para uno, es una responsabilidad inmensa y siempre cae hay una subjetividad ahí que hace todo ese tema muy amplio, ¿no? Entonces, pero bueno, estoy muy feliz. Yo creo que el hecho de que me hayan convocado a esto, de algún modo, dice que admiran mi trabajo y qué sé yo, y me siento halagado sobre todo por esta responsabilidad. Y sí, está siendo muy difícil hasta ahora. Los concursantes,
the contestants, the first night,
mejor.
they were good, but the second night they were even better. I think the sharing stage with some professional artists gave them a big push and
Por encima de su
helped them perform even better than the previous night. And I think tonight it's going to be a lot more interesting.
Anterior lo veíamos
Yes.
a dúo.
When we saw them in the duets,
No estuvieron tan bien como estuvimos acostumbrados en la primera gala o en los ensayos. Hay dúos favorecedores, hay otros que quizás
there's some duets who made
no
it.
voy a comprometer.
Claro.
Esa es una opinión.
Who did it better than others.
Yo ahí pues diverjo contigo, ¿no? Yo realmente creo que
I think that generally
de todos los intérpretes fue mucho mejor.
all the singers actually performed
Eso es lo
much better with the
quedaron bien, se sintieron más apoyados y se expresaron mejor. Eso fue lo que yo vi. Por eso te digo que hoy creo que
and I think today
va a ser más intenso.
it's going to be even more intense and a lot. They were going to put the best, I'm sure. The that fear of the beginning when they started, they must lose it and they will be more relaxed, more loose up and be more like themselves.
Estaremos compartiendo algunas de esas emociones
David, we're also going to share some of that emotions.
a la hora de
I'd like to ask you,
concursante o no.
what is your decision? What is the assessment criteria? What elements do you take into account for evaluating the contestants'
para el
performance.
ganador de San Remo Music
What
Award.
do you look for the winner of San Remo Music Award?
El contexto, ¿no? Como tú sabes, yo soy un cantautor y no necesariamente
I'm a composer and singer.
que otros.
I'm not more folk
Soy
than
más, yo creo que
others.
más trovador que...
I'm more of a trova man than a pop man.
Entonces, yo creo pero bueno, me pongo en el contexto de que
But I place myself in San Remo Music Award, and the type of music, it's according to all the information
uno tiene que
we've learned and studied. We have to follow the parameters of the festival, and that's important to take into consideration. We don't prize here exactly the one thing. It's not the song or the singer
o la presencia
or the presence on stage. It's a whole. Is the package, the whole package.
y porque bueno, eso
Because that's
fue un poco complejo porque
yesterday it was a little bit complex because we had a very hot debate to deliberate who were going to stay in the competition because
eso es lo que
it was hard to define, and that's what we try to prize in
completo, no es solamente
big package.
que sea un buen intérprete,
Not just a good interpreter,
sino que además el repertorio sea el
but actually the song to be the
Sepan defender bien la canción.
suitable one.
Escénica, con esa
Exactamente.
teatralidad linda que debe tener un cantante, esa
Absolutamente.
empatía, esa emoción,
Empathy, emotion,
melodías, el
Incluso
trabajo en
melody, even the arrangement of the song.
de algún modo es juzgar
One way or the other, it's also judged in this during the decision making.
agrandar o deshacer una canción, ¿ves? Entonces todo esto
All of this at the end,
lo que en conjunto resulte
all of
es lo que
these elements together are taken into consideration for the finalists.
declaración.
Well, I think have been declarations that have cleared out a lot of our doubts.
¿Cómo funciona el jurado del San Remo?
How does the jury works in the National Theater during the San Remo Festival? It's the
Se ha calorado también, porque me imagino que dejar ir 6
jury. It must be really complicated and sad to leave 6 talented young men leave the stage today.
muchos de
Yes,
estos jóvenes
we have to take into account that many of these young talents are beginners, amateurs, and just to be able to get here is very serious and important already.
este evento como tal, ya sencillamente el hecho de participar les está ofreciendo una plataforma a todos ellos, aun cuando vayan quedando en el campo del
Gives them a platform and creates the first stage for them. I think from now on, a lot of good things can happen to all of them.
en otras
We've seen some other
acá
competitions
en Cuba, como el
in
Sonando en Cuba, el Adolfo Guzmán.
Cuba,
Hemos visto
like some other
concursantes que no han
festivals.
llegado a la
Some
final, no han sido ganadores, pero han
contestants have
podido
not arrived to the finals. However, they were able to form part of important orchestras and to have a very significant professional career in famous bands. There are some examples that we're actually seeing in San Remo itself of artists that
llegaron
that didn't make it
de otros concursos anteriores
the first didn't make it for the first prize,
que incluso
but their career actually
por eso digo que lo que tienen es que aprovechar esta exposición
advanced after this competition. I think they have to take the best of this opportunity and move ahead.
a esta tercera
Move ahead.
de competencia.
Well, this is the third gala of competition. I know you have a lot of pressure as a jury, so I invite you to get ready. We're not going to take more of your time.
Bien difícil hoy para
I know it's a very hard night for you. I wouldn't like to be in your shoes tonight. I'm very happy to be here just to connect with the audience and keep telling you all what's happening in this festival.
La Sala Avellaneda del Teatro Nacional, el Club 500, el Café Cantante, el Hotel Nacional y la Avenida de Italia son las sedes del San Remo Music Awards. Tony Ávila, Buena Fe, Toques del Río, Adrián Berazaín, Jorgito Caramba, Ayla María Monpié, Waldo Mendoza y Elito Rebé y su charangón, entre muchos más. Además de agrupaciones de Italia, España, México y Estados Unidos, harán la fiesta de la amistad entre Cuba e Italia en La Habana. Ya puedes comprar las entradas en las taquillas del Teatro Nacional, las casas de la música del Cerro, Habana y Miramar y el estudio 18 de la EGREM. Te esperamos del 5 al 10 de abril.
There was a big round of applause after performance, and all of the colors, such an important
Llegarse por allá a ver
venue,
los actos que son tan lindos, tan
such beautiful choreographies
Así que nada,
and concerts.
una suerte
So thank you very much for being here.
y esperamos
It's a great pleasure to listen to you yesterday night, and we hope to continue enjoying your music. Actually, I'm doing my solo CD, and it's such a great opportunity to be here in this festival to reconnect with the audience, which it gives us a lot of energy as an artist.
joven talento en
Thank you very much.
su lugar también y que el San Remo también te ofrece posibilidades a ti.
Young talent, again, being privileged by San Remo Music Award. Thank you very much for connecting with us. We make another pause, and I'll be back with more surprises from the lobby of the National Theater of Cuba.
San San Remo Music Awards es una inspiración de Nicola Convertino para internacionalizar el reconocido Festival de la Canción Italiana. El evento llega por primera vez a Latinoamérica en su edición de estreno en Cuba del 5 al 10 de abril próximo en La Habana. Concursos de interpretación, grandes conciertos, certámenes culinarios, de moda y una feria de profesionales de negocios constituyen los platos fuertes de la celebración. De la tierra antillana, su música, color, sabor, carisma, todo en una sola fiesta. San Remo Music Awards, del 5 al 10 de abril en La Habana, Cuba.
La Sala Avellaneda del Teatro Nacional, el Club 500, el Café Cantante, el Hotel Nacional y la Avenida de Italia son las sedes del San Remo Music Awards. Tony Ávila, Buena Fe, Toques del Río, Adrián Berazaín, Jorgito Caramba, Ayla María Monpié, Waldo Mendoza y Elito Rebé y su charangón, entre muchos más. Además de agrupaciones de Italia, España, México y Estados Unidos, harán la fiesta de la amistad entre Cuba e Italia en La Habana. Ya puedes comprar las entradas en las taquillas del Teatro Nacional, las casas de la música del Cerro, Habana y Miramar y el estudio 18 de la EGREM. Te esperamos del 5 al 10 de abril. San Remo Music Awards, Cuba 2022.
Y en lo que Dairon Chance
And while Dairon Shan is getting ready backstage at the National Theater of Cuba, I have a great pleasure to keep tuning in with you through Streaming Cuba. And this time we're going to be talking with Alicia, a young designer that has actually been able to work as part of the scenography of the National Theater of Cuba. Welcome to Streaming Cuba. Tell us a little bit about this process. The scenography is great, I have to say, with that beautiful golden and black colors. How has been the process?
primero estoy muy feliz
First, we have the
parte del equipo
privilege to be part of this team
de música.
that was part
Yo formo
of the festival. I'm part of a team that is directed by Michael, the art director, and just to create a design to make this dream of our director come true.
muy largo.
It was a long process, a very long process. We have been working on it for a long time. One of the greatest challenge is that in a very short notice, it was designed for this theater, not the Carlos Malas. It was initially proposed. It was a very, very ambitious plan, but we actually made it possible.
Nada, la idea nació y
The idea was born, and we tried
plataforma que no fuera lo que estamos acostumbrados.
to propose something different platform.
Sí, a ver, todo vino por la idea y la necesidad del cómo trabajar el espacio, ¿no? Entonces estábamos buscando
We're looking for
que nos mantuviese
a place where we could see where the jury was facing, the stage, the orchestra in the back,
se eliminó.
and then
Y sobre todo la figura central del cantante fue lo que le quisimos dar como la mayor importancia y para eso creamos una plataforma central.
and it was a central platform with some stairs where the
Para la que
so we made a stage on top so that the singer could feel the protagonist in the festival.
Desplazamiento escénico, los colores que acompañan,
The
porque
colors, each of the interpreters actually has a different scenography with different colors that
cuéntame un poco de esa búsqueda.
that go with the song they interpret. So tell us a little bit about how do you decide to make
Y la escenografía, que también juega un papel muy
these
a ver, los tonos van
well, the tones of color follow the graphic of the program, always with red, with golden and red and black, which are the colors of the contest.
me perdí.
No, no pasa nada. Estábamos hablando de los colores.
We're talking about the colors that identify San Remo Music Award Cuba 2022. That is the black and golden. Yep. We create an ambience every time a singer gets on stage that has to do a bit with the lyrics of the song, with the meaning of the song, and to keep it a little bit during their performance on stage. And that's why
Creo toda la gráfica.
we created a graphic behind each song and the ambience. So each topic, each song will have their own
Tenerte por acá para que nos explique
ambience
escenográfico.
and scenography. Well, thank you very much. It's a great opportunity to have you here because you've been a designer, you and your team. It's a great pleasure to have the opportunity to be part of this creative process that we are able to enjoy the results. Thank you.
Nosotros continuamos en streaming.
Now we continue in streaming Cuba.
Que hemos
I propose you
Salón Azul.
yesterday night a program that Salón Azul with the maestro Mayito Rivera.
Hoy también vamos a romper el coco con Mayito Rivera en ese escenario del Teatro
Today we're going to break the coco with Mayito Rivera on the stage of the National Theater of Cuba. How do you feel? Excellent. It's an unforgettable night and we're ready to support the new generation, these new singers that are actually coming to be and growing in this festival. We are actually supporting this young talent and giving them a little bit of our experience, our knowledge of.
la promoción de esos jóvenes talentos a través de una.
What do you think? What is the connotation of the San Remo Music Award? Well, this platform is indispensable for the development of an artist, and especially the reality we live in Cuba and all around the world. Platforms like this, like San Remo Music Award, and artists depend on the vision and on the fact that you need to go out and expose yourself to get into the musical radar for everybody to enjoy your music. There are a lot of people communicating with us through the social media, and because of their experience they want to ask this question. You've participated in other contests, and my question is, what makes San Remo different from other festivals?
son nuevos para mí. Es un festival.
There are details that are different for me. It's a different festival, like sonando en Cuba, los kids of other countries. It doesn't have to do with these festivals. We're talking about the same song is being interpreted by the same singer, 3 different arrangements, musical arrangements. You can see the differences from one style to the other. And those are differences that you're going to find in this festival. It's a little bit faster. The talent is very direct. And that's the difference I see from other music festivals. Quality of the singing performances, it's completely different, and I think they have to be very sure when interpreting on stage. It's very complicated right now to be part of a jury, but I think all of them are already winners. Cuba, it's a great place with a lot of talent, and I think it's a festival where all of the young talents here will be able to show themselves to the world and to Cuba and offer their art to be known by others. That's the experience from this festival is what will make them grow in their profession. And at the end, Cuban music will win. Thank you very much for being with us. I hope you follow us through Streaming Cuba.
Todo lo que pasa interiormente en este festival. Muchas gracias a usted y siga con nosotros.
Thank you very much and continue to an end.
Continuamos en streaming.
We continue in Streaming Cuba from the National Theater of Cuba.
Esta noche estamos en la tercera gala.
We are in the 3rd gala of the contest of San Remo Music Award Festival, Cuba 2022. The singing contest that is the main course of this festival that bronze both Italian and Cuban culture. And speaking of Italian culture, I have the honor to interview Gato Panchetti, an Italian artist that I'm sure you've heard a lot about. It is a Vivo por ella. I live for her of Andrea Bocelli. Welcome to be here with us. We've seen each other previously in the National Hotel, where another part of the band takes place. Tonight you're going to interpret Vivo por ley, and I'm already announcing that tonight you're going to be enjoying from his voice Vivo por ley. The translator, please, would you be able to help me?
Sì, diciamo che è una canzone che è stata costruita sulla voce di Andrea e anche di Giorgia, che è stata la prima cantante, però mi piace interpretarla, mi piace quando ci sono i concerti, quando posso farla mia e cantarla con la mia voce.
Me gusta cuando puedo hacerla yo mismo, las canciones escritas.
I really enjoy when I can do it for myself, when I can sing my own songs, the songs I compose. Of course, the motion and creativity you put into your song, you can able to express it through the performance.
Come è successo l'ispirazione? Cosa ti ha ispirato a fare questa canzone?
Allora, la Vivo per lei in italiano originale,
Vivo per lei in italiano originalmente.
La lei di questa canzone è la musica.
Vivo por ella in Italian is Italian song originally composed to talk about the way I live, my way of life.
Come una donna, come una figlia, come quello
che quando uno ve esta muchacha,
when you
la ve como una hija, como una mujer, como lo que es, ¿no?
Claro, porque es que forma parte de ese amor que él siente por lo que realiza, por la música, como cantante, como compositor.
Singer, composer. I won't take more of your time streaming Cuba, because I know you have a very complicated night and you have to get ready for the stage. So, Gato, I will say goodbye for now. I will be very happy to see you on stage.
Quindi purtroppo ti devo salutare e ti auguro il
E
meglio.
allora, oltre che a sentire Vivo per lei, canterò anche una canzone che in questo momento è prima in classifica in Italia, che si chiama Resta in piedi, che vuol dire cammina, alzati, vai. E canterò anche questa Resta in piedi.
Está en clasifica ahora esta canción en Italia y
Resta
significa resta aquí, quédate acá, ¿no?
Ah, podemos repetir, disculpa, porque no me llegó el sonido, disculpa. Repíteme, ajá, exacto.
De repetir es que oigo muy bajito.
Ah, bueno, no pasa nada. Maestro, estamos... nada. Vamos nosotros a una pausa entonces y enseguida estamos de regreso acá en...
Get to a pause and we'll be back through Streaming Cuba.
La Sala Avellaneda del Teatro Nacional, el Club 500, el Café Cantante, el Hotel Nacional y la Avenida de Italia.
Bueno, nosotros continuamos
Well, we continue transmitting live for Streaming Cuba, this time with Nettie Gonzalez Bello, musicologist and participant in the press jury. Welcome to Streaming Cuba. It was a great pleasure to coincide. We were able to chair in Jazz Plaza to talk a little bit about this gender in Cuba, and this time we can slide with San Remo Music Awards. So tell us a little bit, how is this press jury working? Do you have any candidate that is your favorite? First of all, I'd like to celebrate in this initiative of EGREM and the Ministry of Culture. This opportunity, it's a great value for Nobel artists that are getting to know it, getting to be known in nationally and internationally. As member of the jury of press, I've been able to evaluate together with a group of colleagues and specialists that are always with me, and they're specialists in this, and every single one of them from their own perspective, and we're evaluating with responsibility and compromise.
Pues cada una de las participaciones
performances of the young artists. These 2 nights have been very intense. It's been great to see the surprise the jury, because there's a lot of diversity of style and the seriousness and responsibility. Even when they're very young, they have interpreted all of their song.
que te quería hacer, de cómo ves este
How do you see this context? How do you think, with your experience, vast experience and musical talent, Cuban musical talent, how do you think it's the... Well, they have a very wide spectrum. Some young artists have shown more professionalism, other more compromise. But what is true is that there's a great diversity in each of the interpretation. I applaud the courage that they have assumed. We're talking about a very diverse and interesting masterpiece, and that is something that we have to signify, that it's the variety from the time from the age point of view. They're actually on the same stage, on the same context. They're singing and performing songs and musical repertoire from old times and modern times. So I have to signify, in the case of Camilo Daniela and the Iris, they actually are the composers of their own song, and we have to signify that they are able to shine and to do this, to mark their own creative style. And I think in that sense, we'll have to celebrate interpretation more than others. I think it will be a little bit rushed from just to give my perspective now, but we actually can have an idea who can be the finalists in this contest. But what is true is that it is a great and valuable opportunity for all of these young talents, regardless of being whether they are amateur or professionals. They all compete for one same objective, that is opportunity. They all chase their opportunity to get on the radar in Cuba and outside of Cuba, so that it can contribute to position them, in the case of the winners, to position them on international scale, international world. Well, with your expertise and knowledge and your experience as part of jury of all music festivals in Cuba, we're very pleased to have you here. So now you know what measures right now the journalist, the price of the press jury. I'm going to make a second pause, and I'll be back to tell you more information about what we have prepared for this pre-show of the third night.
La Sala Avellaneda del Teatro Nacional, el Club 500, el Café Cantante, el Hotel Nacional y la Avenida de Italia son las sedes del San Remo Music Awards. Tony Ávila, Buena Fe, Toques del Río, Adrián Berazaín, Jorgito Caramba, Ayla María Monpié, Waldo Mendoza y Elito Rebé y su charangón, entre muchos más, además de agrupaciones de Italia, España, México y Estados Unidos, harán la fiesta de la amistad entre Cuba e Italia en La Habana. Ya puedes comprar las entradas en las taquillas del Teatro Nacional, las Casas de la Música del Cerro, Habana y Miramar y el Estudio 18 de la EGREM. Te esperamos del 5 al 10 de abril. San Remo Music Awards, Cuba 2022.
Recuperamos comunicación tras el escenario del Teatro Nacional.
We connect back with Dairon Shen. Do you hear me? Yes. I'm waiting for those wonderful testimony that we always give us on that gala, on all those gala nights. Yes, this is a nomination day, that third stage of the San Remo Music Award. For the jury, they already have a complicated decision to make, and for you, just stay tuned in and decide who are you going to vote for. What a great opportunity to enjoy this young artist that you have given so much passion on that stage. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
una noche espectacular.
I hope the night is going to be a wonderful night. I had the opportunity to talk with El Dago, and he actually revealed that he just fall for your big voice and the big heart behind all of that voice. I really enjoyed it, really comfortable with him.
Lo respeto.
I respect him very much. We also respect you for that beautiful talent you have. So how important is family for you? Well, that's everything for me.
Mi base. Esa es mi base para seguir luchando por esto.
That is my foundation. What do you think if we have them here sharing this emotion with you? I want you to look at the screen because they are communicating with us, direct communication with the family of Dairis. Good evening.
Mis amores.
My love.
Mis nenes bellos, los amo con la vida.
I love you very much. What do you have to say to Dairis, to this wonderful singer?
Corazón, estamos muy felices y orgullosos.
Darling, we are very happy and proud of you. We can only wish you all the best success. You've to win all of the battles, and this is not going to be the last one. We love you very much. Your grandma wishes you the best.
Y aquí estamos siempre apoyándote, siempre.
And we're going to be always backing you up. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you.
Tiene que ver todo lo que está pasando ahora mismo la familia con Dairi.
Mucho.
What does your family have to do with what you are now? That's what I'm here for.
Sigo luchando.
That's what I'm fighting for.
Que es un sueño.
For this, that is a dream that I really want to make true.
De que sí, que dicen los pequeños, si me están
What did the children say?
pequeños que vinieron a disfrutar aquí con nosotros en el Teatro Nacional.
That are here to enjoy with us in National Theatre. Well, I hope you.
Hablen, que ustedes hablan bastante, vamos.
Háblame.
¿Qué le quieren decir a
Un
mami?
poquito más alto.
Muchos éxitos.
Bueno, mamá, espero que tengas
Well, Mom,
¿Cómo se portan en casa?
I wish you the best success.
quiero mucho.
I love you very much.
La verdad que sí, lo más tranquila. El otro es
She's the quiet one.
costoso, pero
The other one is a troublemaker.
Yo te agradezco entonces que hayas compartido con nosotros, también a ustedes.
I thank you very much for sharing here with us. Big kiss and blessing.
Allá afuera en esa versión acústica que vas a interpretar con el corazón, como siempre tienes caracterizado, ¿verdad?
Thank you very much.
esto me hacía falta realmente.
I really needed this. Thank you. Just to
Que necesito y ustedes me lo
continue with that strength I need.
Cerca de ti y quiero darte un abrazo.
I'm closer to you. I'm going to give you the hug on the name of your family.
Que sé que la tenemos.
Good luck that I know you will have. We'll continue here. These are the stories we can
Escenarios
find behind stage, and Aníbal is one of those wonderful voices that generate so much peace. And it has to do with the story. It has to do with the Cienfuegos that gets to Havana and all to the world. Thank you all. Why the decision to get to this contest, to
salir de esa cabina de radio.
get out of school, get out of the radio, get out of those workshops with the children, and to show your voice to the world. I'm a conductor, choral director,
González López, y como bien decía, soy
and like you said, I'm also
precisamente
a presenter in the radio, and precisely in that radio station is where I actually the idea of participating in this festival started, and with the help of my friends and colleagues,
que fue la que me instó a que participara.
one who inspired me and pushed me and motivated me to participate in this event.
Referente al San Remo.
Yo le tengo una sorpresa, otra comunicación directa con nosotros.
I have another surprise. I want you to look at the screen. We have Yadia Miguel Leiva. Good evening. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. That's my godson.
De verdad que es una sorpresa muy grande y para mí es
It's a great surprise. It's a gratifying experience to see him on the screen because I miss him very much. I really love my colleagues, my male singers in my group. Yadian is one of my singers, of my students who grew up with me.
Es todo un orgullo.
It's a great pride for me to have singers that are going to actually to follow this his opera singing career. So what do you say minutes before the illumination gala for all of the contestants who are right now around us? What do you say to anyone?
Bueno, Aníbal, yo creo que para mí ya tú has ganado, realmente, y el criterio de jurado es la última palabra que se da, pero sinceramente para mí ya eres ganador, ¿no? El hecho de participar en un evento de ese tipo, no sé, no tengo palabras realmente.
I find no words to describe
Me alegro mucho por
that how happy I am.
Y que si el jurado...
And if the jury...
No sé. No sé qué decir. Pero bueno, lo mejor para ti, mi hermano. Lo mejor para ti.
The best of lucks. And you're going to do great. We're going to enjoy the gala together today. I know you're not going to be eliminated. You're going to continue in this competition.
Necesita Aníbal energías.
How much of this energy you need to continue?
Todas las del mundo.
All of the world, all the energy of the world, because it's a moment, like as Yadian said, it's a crucial moment that is going to define a lot of things in my life. And these are the energies we need. Thank you, Yadian, because I needed it. And what a great surprise you've given to me. Thank you. So use all of that energy that I have given to you, and I'm sure Ocean Fuego is given to you right now to put it in your heart and get it out through your voice for all of us to enjoy your music. Thank you. So we continue with stories that come and go behind the stage in minutes before the third edition.
De este concurso de interpretación.
Tonight, Santiago, that is moving all of social media in Santiago. They call you. You've mobilized the whole town for that passion that characterizes you. Yes, I'm really happy with all of the messages of love and support I've received during all those days. I'd like to say thanks to all of the people who are following me and follow this event. How nervous is Giselle after 2 days of competition? Today we're going to learn about who are going to be the first who are going to be eliminated from the contest. It's a very sad moment because we have a team and we get along well among each other, and there's a good energy among us, and of course it's going to be painful. If we leave or we stay, we're not going to be all together. And it doesn't matter what side we will be. It's going to be very difficult to accept, but I consider we are all winners, especially all of the good friendships we've developed through this competition and the experiences we gained from this. Well, Streaming Cuba team wants to multiply that good energy. Take a look at this video from Santiago. Hello, GC. We're from the Enterprise of Music from Santiago. We're supporting you. All of us and all of the artists, we wish you the best and a lot of blessings. God bless you. We trust you, Giselle. You're the best. You're a winner.
Qué lindo ese video, de verdad.
Yo creo que el premio mayor está ahí, lo tienes garantizado.
Thank you. the greatest prize is already there, is the love of the people who support you. Yeah, definitely. I'm very, very thankful for all the love that I've received during all those days, and we're all winners, and whatever happens today, we're going to enjoy. It doesn't matter if we're going to sing or not, we're going to enjoy it. Well, just a few seconds away from big gala, elimination gala, we're going to know the... We are all here together as we were in a big hug. In one word, how would you define very quickly San Remo Music Award 2022? Opportunity, live, challenge, future, dedication, talent, friends.
Bendición. Bendición.
Muchas bendiciones.
Blessings. Well, I think the essence is right there in all the culture and identity that you represent, and that's where the strength is, where you will be represented. Aileen, we're all here together just a few minutes away from this big contest. Tell us what you think.
Yo solo quiero decirles a todos.
I just want to say to you that you're already winners. We wish you a lot of success from Streaming Cuba, and from now on, you're going to shine bright. I hope you all succeed on the stage. You excellently have a lot of talent. So with this way, with that energy, we're going to close this transmission direct through the pages of Streaming Cuba at 9:15. You can enjoy in the Clave channel, national television, and through all of the Picta and the EGREM YouTube page. Thank you very much. We're going to enjoy your performance on stage. Like you enjoy. Like Dylan said, we just can invite you all to enjoy this third night of Gala, and tomorrow we'll be back with more surprises for you. A big kiss and thank you for being with us through Streaming Cuba.
San Remo Music Awards es una inspiración de Nicola Convertino para internacionalizar el reconocido Festival de la Canción Italiana. El evento llega por primera vez a Latinoamérica en su edición de estreno en Cuba del 5 al 10 de abril próximo en La Habana. Concursos de interpretación, grandes conciertos, certámenes culinarios, de moda y una feria de profesionales de negocios constituyen los platos fuertes de la celebración. De la tierra antillana, su música, color, sabor, carisma, todo en una sola fiesta.
Y después me pongo yo en la para que mira, se buscó. Ahora tú le dices, se buscó una rubia en San Remo y ya te piden el divorcio.